So chapter 5, the thought factor in achievement. All that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts. In a justly ordered universe, where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own and not another man's. So जो भी हमारे थॉट के साथ हम मैनिफेस्ट कर रहे हैं, we are fully responsible for what is it that it's being manifested in terms of our actual reality. Because a lot of times, it's very easy for us to get to, blaming somebody else for whatever that is happening in my life. Very easy for me. No. This guy did not do something like this, or the basic turn of events were not so conducive. That's why I was not able to do this. That's why this happened. बहुत easy hai. I mean, it just takes what? Two sentences to blame each and everything on anybody else. Whereas the ground reality or the truth of the matter is you are responsible. And whatever you achieve or you do not get to achieve, you are responsible. And there is no denying of that fact. Blaming करना एक शुरू उस टाइम पे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है कि हमने उसको कर दिया. It is very easy, but it will never take you anywhere. In fact, it will make if you are blaming somebody else, it will make your relationships sour. See, what does it take for me to blame the other person? Nothing. मुझे तो बोलना यार उसने नहीं किया, कहानी खत्म. But does that take away my responsibility as an individual being? Does that take away the responsibility of the thought I had in my mind? No. It will never. So blaming looks easy, it's the easy way out, but it's never going to get you any result. You will only get the results that you desire once you start taking the responsibility for all your thoughts. चाहे वो आपकी थॉट आपको कोई अचीवमेंट दे रही है या वो आपको कोई अचीवमेंट नहीं भी दे रही है, because till the time we do not analyze ourselves as to what went wrong because we did not get the desired results, how will we know and how will we change what requires, for us to change, or what requires us to take some other action or some other precaution? वो तो हमें पता नहीं लगेगा, because once I've blamed it, I've shut that door for feedback. कि इसकी गलती है, सिचुएशन की गलती है, इकोनॉमी की गलती है, फलाने की गलती है, इसकी, it's just shrinking your responsibility on external factors. But does that take your responsibility away? No. It can never. So your purity, your impurity, your strength, your weakness will remain your own. And the more you are aware of it, the more you know more about yourself, and the more you are able to analyze yourself, that is basically nothing but you are actually working on your self-improvement without any judgment on your own part and without shrinking or shrinking your responsibility by blaming it on others. And that's where, when you start analyzing and working on your own self, you will get onto that box of possibility, that box of opportunity, rather than opening that box of excuses again and again, or that box of blaming again and again. So कुछ नहीं होगा. हमें हर एक थॉट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी ही पड़ेगी, बिकॉज Our thought is responsible. And not to take an action is also a kind of an action. Or not to take an action is also a thought, जिस thought को आप nurture कर रहे हो. So just don't say, I didn't do anything. You chose not to do anything. That's also an option. You chose not to take responsibility. That's an option. That's the choice you make. So everything, what you are doing right now with your thought in terms of your achievements, non-achievements, or whatever is that is manifesting in your reality is a resultant of the choice you have taken. And not doing anything is a choice. It does not mean that it's no choice. It's a choice. You choose not to do anything. They are brought about by himself and not by another. And they can only be altered by himself, never by another. His condition is also his own and not another man's. His suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so is he. As he continues to think, so he remains. So जो भी हमारा thought process है, that is actually the one that is going to be driving us towards our achievements, towards our learnings, towards our improvements, towards our growth, towards our successes. Because you are what you think you are. And along with that, you are what the way you behave yourself or the way you are, because that's what you want to attract in your life. So you can always, be of that thought कि मैंने एक thought तो दी है कि I am excellent, but deep down I have this thought कि नहीं यार मैं तो झूठ बोल रहा हूँ. And saying it to the world, I am excellent, I am doing this, I am doing this, but deep down हम एक और seed को पानी दे रहे हैं, उसको nurture कर रहे हैं, which has a element of doubt against the self-worth which we've created. That is actually what is being manifested then in your reality. Because at the end of the day, जब तक हम as an individual, as a individuated soul, as an individual human being, अपने actions की responsibility नहीं लेंगे, अपने thought की responsibility नहीं लेंगे, for us to manifest whatever we are desiring, then there is quite a chance that there will be a mismatch. I've used this example quite a lot. Even when you are in that aeroplane and when the air hostess is, giving a demo on all the safety features and everything, when they talk about the oxygen mask, they say whenever the oxygen level drops, the oxygen mask will drop from the front of your seat. Please wear your oxygen mask first, then help, including your kids. It never says help others first और फिर अपना मास्क पहनो. नहीं, because जब तक आप अपने आप को help नहीं करोगे, chances are of quite a strong possibility that you will not be able to help others. See, at the end of the day, you can only give what you have. We talk in terms of law of manifestation, we talk a lot about what you give, you will receive. But जो आपके पास है आप वही दे सकते हो ना. अगर मेरे पास 100 रुपए हैं, so then I have the capacity to give 100 rupees or 90 rupees. But if I have 5 rupees, can I give 100 rupees? Not possible. It will never work like that. So who we are, we need to realize is that we are our only responsibility. जब तक हम उस thought की, उस थॉट के पावर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेंगे, तब तक हम किसी और को भी नहीं हेल्प कर सकेंगे. Leave aside blaming others, we will not be able to help others also. Because at the end of the day, whatever you think you are, that's your reality. And that talk is between you and your mind. Nobody else is a witness in that. It's only you. Because that's the most secretive talk you can ever do. In order to be more open towards who you are, start following that basic principle of integrity with your own self. Because जब तक मैं see, जो भी मेरा रिलेशन मेरे अपने सेल्फ के साथ है, that is exactly the same that is outside of me. There is no change. जितना मर्जी हम बोले नहीं जी मैं तो अपने आप को बड़ा सेल्फ लव करता हूँ, मैं तो कभी अपने आप को डाउट नहीं करता हूँ, इट्स ऑल काका. Whatever is my true relationship with my own self, that is what I see in others. Because outside is nothing but a set of mirrors which is reflecting the true thing that is happening inside of you. आप दिखाने के लिए जो मर्जी बोली जाओ. You can have a very nice public facade, very nice public face where you say, no, no, I do this, I am that, I am that. But whatever you are inside, you are actually manifesting it in your reality. And there is no denying and there is no changing that. Till the time you don't make that conscious effort, firstly, of taking that responsibility on your own and not blaming it on others, and then start working with the power of your own thought and your own self-talk with your own self. Because that's the most private and the most secretive thing in the world for you. जिसका किसी को भी कोई आइडिया नहीं है वहां पे क्या लोचा चल रहा है. Honestly speaking, किसी को आइडिया नहीं. There are people who can guess what is going on in your mind, but that's a probability. 60-70% accuracy, not more. A strong man cannot help a weaker unless that weaker is willing to be helped. And even the weak man must become strong of himself. He must, by his own efforts, develop the strength which he admires in another. None but himself can alter his condition. You know, there's a very beautiful line which says, God also only helps those who want to help themselves. Nothing is taken for or nothing is granted in this world. आपको अपने एक्शंस के, अपने थॉट्स की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी ही पड़ेगी. तभी आप कोई उसमें कोई you can then think about some kind of an improvement, some kind of a change. But till the time you're not willing to take that responsibility, or till the time you're not willing to make that effort to help yourself, it's not going to work. I mean, we are a sole group of say 6-8 people. We made that effort that yes, this looks like a good book. We need to read so that we are able to, get to new ideas to how to work on ourselves and uplift our own selves. But till the time we don't practice, how is it going to work? Yeah. Oh my God, he's troubling me. Okay. Okay. Can I talk to him after the class? Okay. Promise. You want to stay here till that time? Okay, okay. He was feeling scared. It's okay. So till the time we do not take that responsibility of making that effort to change, like I was discussing, we all made an effort to come to this book reading. We did a lot of books, but till the time we are not willing to make that change or make that whatever we are learning here, that knowledge part of who we are in our day-to-day lives, तब तक उसका benefit नहीं होगा. So in order to get that benefit, whatever knowledge we are gaining from probably this forum or any other forum that is in your space, what is the importance of that knowledge which is coming to you is for you to implement it. Because जब तक हम उस चीज को implement करके अपनी working में नहीं लेके आएंगे, तब तक हमें beneficial results नहीं मिलेंगे. सुनने में, this book reading session or any other good lecture is always fantastic. Very rarely I have come across a motivational talk or these motivational books and self-help books and everything. Very rare I have found कि no, it is not beneficial. सुनने में तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. But what is the true value? The true value is when I'm willing to take that responsibility, firstly to help myself. And that will happen only when you use this knowledge or whatever knowledge that is coming to your space into your day-to-day life. Because जब तक हमने knowledge को wisdom में convert नहीं किया, वो खाली ज्ञानबाजी है. It's not going to get you anywhere. Because जब तक हम उस knowledge को wisdom लेके soul को lesson नहीं देंगे, we are at that plateau of our lives, and that is where we start feeling that we are stuck. There's no improvement happening. I improve and then I get back. I improve and I get back. It has to be a persistent effort. It's a similar way like the child who learned how to walk, or like a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old who learns how to drive a cycle. It will take time. यार पीछे क्या जाना चाइल्डहुड में, अपना ड्राइविंग का एक्सपीरियंस याद कर लो. जब पहली बार गाड़ी चलाई थी और आज 10, 15, 20 साल हो गए गाड़ी चलाते हुए, डोंट यू फील देयर इज अ डिफरेंस? Definitely, there is. You are a much more confident and a much more autopilot driver than you were when you started to drive your car for the first time. I remember, if I share my own experience, I was very conscious. My first gear mein hu, second mein hu, third mein hu, fourth mein hu. And I used to have this thing in my mind, मैं first से second जा रहा हूँ, second से third जा रहा हूँ. Now 90% chances are I'm not even driving a gear driven car. It's all automatic transmission. But even if I am, I don't see my first में, second में, third में. मैं गाड़ी की rhythm देख रहा हूँ. Yeah, it demands a higher gear, go. I don't see whether it's second, 3, 4. No, that's the autopilot which has been built over 22, 23 years of driving experience. That's the same. Once whatever we are learning here, once we start implementing it and start getting the wisdom of whatever knowledge we are getting, that is where we are going to get ourselves. And these things which are bothering us so much right now, it will be like cakewalks. But only if we take responsibility, we are willing to help ourselves by implementing whatever we are learning, either in this forum or any other forum that is comfortable with you, and implementing in our day-to-day lives in order to get us to a better level, or in order to get us to a level higher than what we are right now. It has been unusual for men to think and say, many men are slaves because one is an oppressor. Let us hate the oppressor. But there is amongst an increasing few a tendency to reverse the judgment and to say one man is an oppressor because many are slaves. Let us despise the slaves. क्या फर्क पड़ेगा अगर मैं ये सोचूं कि एवरीबडी इज एन ऑपरेसर, वी शुड नॉट ऑपरेस, और मैं ये सोचूं दे आर ऑपरेसर्स ओनली बिकॉज वी आर स्लेव्स, सो लेट्स स्टॉप being slaves to other. It is nothing but changing a direction. It's not going to have any effect on the overall scenario. It's just like you're looking at from a different perspective. But true perspective हमें तभी मिलेगा जब हम उस concept को, and in this case what we are talking about is the concept of judgment. Why are we thinking that somebody is an oppressor and somebody is a slave? Somebody wants to get his work done, is willing to pay the money. Somebody needs money for his day to day, is willing to work and earn that money. That's reality. मैं उसमें जजमेंट क्यों डाल रहा हूँ? और बेसिकली हम अपनी लाइफ में इतनी सिचुएशन में जजमेंट क्यों डालते हैं, क्यों लेबल करते हैं? सो इट डजंट मैटर, आप जो जिस मर्जी डायरेक्शन में अपना उसको कर लो, बट इफ देयर इज कम इफ देयर इज एन अंडरलाइंग जजमेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ वट एवर वी आर viewing in the outside world, it's not going to give you any concrete conducive result. The truth is that oppressor and slaves are cooperators in ignorance, and while seeming to afflict each other, are in reality afflicting themselves. A perfect knowledge perceives the action of law in the weakness of the oppressed and the misapplied power of the oppressor. A perfect love, seeing the suffering which both states entail, condemns neither. A perfect compassion embraces both oppressor and oppressed. He who has conquered weakness and has pushed away all selfish thoughts belongs neither to the oppressor nor oppressed. He is free. This is what we need to get on to, in terms of our day-to lives. We need to be free of this concept, because हर एक चीज को कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री चीजें अट्रैक्ट करेंगी. किसी ने काम कराना है तो किसी ने काम करना है. They will be attracted to each other. Opposites will attract. That's duality. If I am here to master a concept of being free, then yes, I will go through a lot of instances where I would feel helpless. Because till the time I do not get to the core of being helpless and make that effort to gain that wisdom, I will not be free. So they are complementary. The duality is the opposites. That's where the entire learning is going to happen. And the entire concept of this is for us to be free, to enjoy that freedom, which does not have any judgment, which is, concentrating on the power of that thought, on that seed thought, and how we are working towards that thought, towards that seed of thought, and manifesting what exactly we desire in terms of our actual reality, and then enjoying the benefits. वो तभी होगा जब हम उस कॉन्सेप्ट से अपने थॉट को अपनी अचीवमेंट के साथ करने के लिए फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठाएंगे. यस, I am responsible. I will take the desired action, whatever I have understood, so that I am able to get to where I desire to go. Without action, without taking responsibility, and with just a judgment of the outside world, nothing is going to happen. At the end of the day, you will sulk in more. You will be, in terms of a negative, below the line feelings, predominantly times of your day. A man can only rise, conquer, and achieve by lifting up his thoughts. he can only remain weak, abject, and miserably by refusing to lift up his thoughts. So at the end of the day, जब तक मैं अपने thoughts की onus of responsibility नहीं उठाऊंगा, that yes, I am the manifester of this thought. This is my thought. This is my seed. And I need to empower this so that I am able to manifest the reality that I am actually desiring. तब तक कुछ नहीं होगा. You know, there have been a lot of instances where the luck factor works and we feel we've got lucky. But deep down, there would have been a thought that worked. But since we are not that consciously aware, हमें वो thought मिलती नहीं है, ढूंढनी पड़ती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से मिल भी जाती है कभी. बट अगर आज मुझे ये पता है या आप लोगों को ये पता है कि अगर इफ वी टेक फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ आवर थॉट्स, ऑफ आवर एक्शंस, एंड वी वर्क अकॉर्डिंगली टू दैट and empower those thoughts with a full responsibility, with that attitude of, willing to change my situations, change my way of being in order to get where I want to go, everything is possible. I remember there was a dialogue, some old Bollywood Hindi movie, but the dialogue remained with me. I don't know which one, which actor. दुनिया झुकती है, झुकाने वाला चाहिए. सब कुछ होता है, करने वाला चाहिए. It's as simple as that. But जहां हम वो excuses का पटारा, blaming का पटारा, पता नहीं, XYZ खोल के बैठ जाते हैं. That's it. It's very easy. ये पावर किसके पास नहीं है? If I have to blame, I have to just pass the buck of the responsibility on the other person or the situation or the event or the economy, anything. Who does not have this power? Everybody has it. So what's different? Where is your uniqueness? Where is that knowledge that you have right now that everything is being driven by your thought, which is inside of your mind? Anything which is outside is coming from that thought which is inside, or which is an internal dialogue between you and yourself. जब तक इस चीज की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, इस चीज की अवेयरनेस हमारे अंदर नहीं आएगी और हम अपने थॉट से पे वर्क नहीं करेंगे और उस हिसाब से एक्शंस नहीं लेंगे, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस. देन इट्स द सेम व्हाट वी वर बिफोर वी डिड एनीथिंग टू मेक एन एफर्ट टू वर्क ऑन आवरसेल्व्स. जब तक हमने अपने आप पे एफर्ट ही नहीं किया तो चेंज कहाँ से आएगी? और इतनी नॉलेज either from this or whatever, books, other programs or courses, जब तक हमने उनको implement ही नहीं किया, वो क्या काम करेंगे? Nothing is going to work on its own. It's only you who has to take that responsibility and be committed and willing to make that change for your own self so that you are at ease. Everybody is absolutely comfortable the way things are. The problem is with you, because your mind is perceiving that no, it's not right. Because if your mind is perceiving it's right, then there is no issue. And to chill, bindas, enjoy life. तो करना तो वही है. But आज हमारे को थोड़ा सा एक है, we feel there is something which is missing, there is something that more needs to be done. तब इस स्पेस में आपको वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, वो कमिटमेंट, वो विलिंगनेस लानी पड़ेगी in order to make those changes and in order to incorporate those changes in your day-to-day ways of beings in terms of your power of that thought and your power of that manifestation of that thought seed and how to create that into your own reality. Before a man can achieve anything, even in worldly things, he must lift his thoughts about slavish animal indulgence. He may not, in order to succeed, give up all animality and selfishness necessary, but a portion of it must at least be sacrificed. A man whose first thought is bestial indulgence could neither think clearly nor plan methodologically. He who could not find and develop his latent resources and would fail in any undertaking, not having begun to manfully control his thoughts, he is not in a position to control affairs and to adopt serious responsibilities. He is not fit to act independently and stand alone, but he is limited only by the thoughts that he chooses. So आपको उस responsibility के बारे में serious होना पड़ेगा. And you have to actually work with your thoughts and work with the power of your thoughts. And just don't think, कि मेरे पास कोई options नहीं है. There are so many options available. Start working with your thought. See where is it that you need to improve. Where is it? What is it inside of me that is attracting this in my reality? Because when you're talking about an achievement in your outside world, it has a very strong link with what is happening in your inside world. A person who goes to the race thinking he is a winner, and a person who goes to the race thinking he has to just survive to finish the race, किसके chances ज़्यादा strong है to win the race? So that thought has to be there. Because जब तक वो thought नहीं होगी, हम create कैसे करेंगे? The process of creation starts with that thought, then it is verbalized, given words or written or spoken about, and then you make an action in terms of whatever is it that you've thought and spoken about. तभी वो आपकी लाइफ में रियलिटी में क्रिएट होगा. और जब तक हमने उस थॉट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ही नहीं ली, how is it that we are going to manifest in terms of our achievements in life? Not possible. So agar I want to be in that position or in that place where I want things to happen in my life the way I want them to be, the way my dream list says, or the way I want to desire, what I would actually classify as an achievement of life, then I need to work with my thought. Just think, last time, koi bhi, I mean, in whatever is your age, what was the last achievement of yours? It doesn't matter. It can be in school, it can be in college, it can be in your job, career, work, and it can be in your day-to-day house life with your kids. You felt, you achieved. You were able to teach your kids something. Any achievement. Just go back to that moment right now and just think, didn't you take that responsibility? Didn't you make that effort? चाहे जो मर्जी नेगेटिव सिचुएशन थी, आपने भनक नहीं लगने दी किसी को कि नेगेटिव है, कुछ है. And you were so clear, so focused that you did not let your own mind waver कि भाई ये नेगेटिव आ रहा, छोड़, रहने दे. So if it's possible, then it's possible now. Spend time on whatever you have achieved in your life, whatever have been those moments, write them down and analyze yourself कि उस टाइम पे मैंने कैसे किया था. Because that's the same you right now. Nothing has changed. That person has not changed. So if the person is capable of an achievement in the past, no matter how small or big, achievement is an achievement. You are, as an individual, empowered human being, still capable of achievements in whatever areas of life you're looking for. Be it your health, be it your money, career, finances, relationships, personal desires, any area. You have that basic power of working with your own thought. All you need to do is take full responsibility and be willing to do whatever it does to get to where is it that you want to go, or to get to whatever it takes for you to achieve whatever state of mind you want to be at. And you are your only responsibility. You cannot change anything else. The only thing you can change is you yourself. That is it.